Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to another episode of Voidling Bound. I guess I can showcase the creature. We'll just take him over here. Where's the ladder? Alright, I've already got him equipped. I made a chameleon Glick kind of between it. I think it's gonna be pretty good. He specifically is kind of this nice curly tail. I haven't changed the colors at all. I don't know if I'm going to. I tried to make him as like, ooh, never mind. I really like that color. A lot, actually. I like a lot of the Glick colorations. Like, I think from a design perspective, I think it might be one of my favorites. Just some really nice color zones on this guy, and easy to work with. Okay, so, entire premise of this build is that we do, disintegration with the Thorn Blast. We do, I really wish it would pan down. Whenever you crit, spawn a spark that strikes a nearby enemy and applies static. Every time you do a static explosion, the enemy gets set on fire for 5 burn stacks, and then every time I reload, we heal. Because this guy is going with the Thorn Blast, which fires a ton of shots really fast, burns through your stamina like nobody's business. I wanted to go for a hard, do I want to? I guess I'm just going to keep him as the pale color. I don't want to spend 5 polychrome just to give the guy a bit of a facelift, fresh coat of paint. Let's see how he does in these circumstances. I wanted to go for a poison build, but okay, so the one thing I want to do here is we don't really need the cooldown reduction or ultimate. We need to give this guy as much crit chance as we can. Currently, he is at a 62%, which is fine, but could be a little higher. Let's see. Unfortunately, I think I might be out of luck. We got crit damage, but I don't think we have a single thing that boosts their crit chance further. Dang. Well, never mind then. I guess we're just keeping it. 62%, that's still pretty good. It's a, I mean, 3 out of 5 shots is going to trigger the lightning, and then hopefully trigger the fire, and I'll be able to stack 3 different status effects simultaneously. I was considering trying to go for 4, but then I lose my healing ability, and that's tricky. We do also have the Leap Sandstorm ability, which causes slow and prevents projectiles from reaching him. I'm kind of hoping I can use this guy a little bit more defensively. Oh, good. They're like kind of block charge. Gives them a bit of a speed boost. I was worried that some of these guys would be a little on the slow side. Well, considering he insta-gibs things, that's a good sign. And he also does get block. I don't know, I think there's a bunch of options. Really, a skip this early on. Alright, I'll take it. Where's the drop me? I like the early skip. That feels extremely good to me. We're going straight into a boss fight. Alright. I'll bite. Okay, we've already got that open. What? No, we don't. That's interesting. Yeah, and this guy being able to do the kind of block aura is actually extremely handy. It's not the most reliable, but it is still there and useful. Especially because that is my, like, primary momentum move. So weirdly, I think we're actually kind of in a good spot. I don't remember what my E ability is. I think it's melee. Yeah, so my E ability on this guy is just a melee attack. A really aggressive one, too. Yeah, I've been kind of skipping the Glicks up until now. That it's not that they were strictly bad, they just seemed like they were a little bit more of a mixed bag character. Okay. Yeah, I just have to wait for them to... Well... Damage seems pretty good. The status effects are amazing. We don't do a whole lot of, like, raw damage here, mainly because this guy can't. I have the, like, convert all of your attack damage into just elemental instead, which seems to do an insane amount of damage, I'm hoping. Alright, do we get anything interesting? We got a couple of these guys, but there's no boss. Oh, is that a skip again? This might be a very quick episode. I'm not going to say no. Please drop me right in front of the next boss fight. If we could just chain from boss to boss to boss, it does bubbles. I don't know if the bubbles are a good thing. Okay, I think they poisoned me. I'm okay with this. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I just have to be kind of careful. The bubbles really aren't that big of a deal, and they look fun. It's enjoyable popping them. And a poison stack is not the end of the world. Oh, next one's over here. This guy's nice and zippy. Oh, because I'm getting speed stacks from stacking this. Yeah, so we kind of want to be using our shift move constantly. And reloading constantly. Because, yeah, I can keep up a bunch of speed stacks and armor stacks by doing this. Wow. I really should have given this guy, like, way more, way more credit in the past. Unfortunately, the stacks do fall off, which is not great. And yeah, this gives me, like, a really solid melee damage aura as well. So I'm seeing plenty of static. Oh, right, because I think I gave this guy the lightning override. I should have given him the poison override. Because then I could have actually stacked poison on top of everything else. I love this dude. I think this legitimately might be my favorite combo I put together. Just in terms of, like, the sheer complexity of the interplay between mechanics. The bear was fun as just, like, an absolute bruiser. And the Morfang was just a joy to play. But this character has just so many different systems working together simultaneously for just insane amounts of status effect damage that is just proccing all the time. I think the one thing I need is that crit chance to, like, really make it sing. I may also swap out the Sandstorm. I liked the idea of it from, like, a defensive measure, but maybe I should actually go for a Sandstorm that gives me another status effect, because I think I could get it so that we can vaguely get up to 4 status effects. Procced on an enemy. Do we need that? No. I don't think we do. Okay. Okay, we don't have the Queepec, like, big boost here. Let's see. In terms of, like, just being able to instantly regenerate ammo. But I don't think we need that. The one thing is, because we just have so many, like, random attacks coming in, we are actually getting stuck. Not infrequently here. Well, stuck, pausing briefly to reload, to shoot, and to block. This is going to be really hard on my hands. I can tell you that much right now. But build-wise, I am over the moon at how well this is working. I think the one problem is there's nothing... There's nothing strong enough. Yeah, we're just getting disintegration stacks, nothing more. I could try and just switch this guy purely over to poison, and maybe that's exactly what I will do. I should have checked if there was a red gate. I might have missed one. I just went for the nearest portal, and that was a mistake. Paying attention and grabbing the... paying attention and grabbing every single one of those red gates is, like, extremely important here. I guess one of the benefits is, like, regardless of whether or not the burn combo is really crystallizing here, we are just killing the hell out of these guys. I wonder if the answer is I can't crit if I'm not doing damage. No, we've definitely seen the burn go by, so I can crit. It's a thing that I can do. I think it's just most enemies die well before they... get the chance. I think it's the protector was keeping this guy alive. Yeah, I'm not critting him. Okay, there was some of the burn. So it's it's a thing that can happen, just inconsistently so. However, the disintegration stack damage is just so freaking high, it doesn't really matter. Okay, we good? We good. Okay. 10% crit chance. Okay. The thing that's making this character work extremely well is, turns out... Ow. Wait, no, we got it. The block aura is absurd. I think I would just give that poison, maybe. Instead of static. Wait, where am I going? No, I'm just gonna fall down. I'm not too worried about the damage. Oh, it's an air vent. Sorry, there's just a lot going on here. Okay. I do appreciate that we managed to skip past a lot of the, like, beginning areas that aren't particularly dangerous. For the spicier areas that are hopefully more rewarding as well. Maybe. Okay. Nothing fancy. Yeah, oh man. This combo... Even though, like, only half of it is working as intended, this combo is nutty. Because I'm borderline invincible. Okay, that ult is very good. Yeah, I should have gone for a poison override, because that way my ult could have also done a big poison as well. But yeah, I've got a murder AoE that's extremely powerful. I've got tons of healing. I've got block and speed boost that I didn't even intend to have. I just get them. The disintegration is more than enough to just rip anything to shreds. Okay, and there's nothing any of these guys can do to me. Like, the poison is slightly annoying. But I just reload and get it all back, like, instantly. Okay, where's the next one there? Yeah, I think the only thing I wish is that I could set an ability to auto-cast. Because I would 100% be using... you know what? We can actually use the sandstorm here to block projectiles. It only works for basic enemy projectiles. The, let's see. Do we only have one exit? We only have... I'm just going to check what the other one is, just in case I was correct. Just in case. You never know. Where is it going to drop us? Are we just going to speed run to 50? If we do, I might actually just do a second run of this guy. Yeah, we just jumped straight to 36. Because I think a second round of this guy where I've switched my abilities around a little bit, I think is probably a good idea. Oh my god, this is nuts. Like, you run into one of the enemies with the, like, resistance bonus stacks, and it just does not matter. They just melt in seconds. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I've lost 100% of my, like, direct damage abilities and converted all of that into just, like, crazy elemental bonuses. And so, like, should not surprise that it is ripping through enemies. There is a perk that makes it so an enemy takes more damage the more poison they have. And I'm really curious to see how that functions. I might have to give that a shot. Neither of these matter. Though, now that I've got the catalyst that gives an additional crit, maybe I just go that direction? I don't know. It's always tricky trying to figure out, like, what is the ideal combo here. How do you absolutely just break this game? Which of these work in conjunction with each other? I almost kind of wish there was, like, a test room where you could, like, spawn a boss or something. And, like, realistically... Well, yeah, like, we did get I think we got a crit there. Because, yeah, on a crit, I do a chain lightning. We just don't have a whole lot of enemies to do... who live long enough for the chain lightning to even matter. There you are. Can't see where the enemies are, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just kind of having a ball. Okay, did we get a dual power weak catalyst? Might even be a dupe. I don't know. I'm hoping we get another one of the, like, cursed ones, because the catalysts... The catalysts, unironically, have elevated this game tremendously, but the problem is we're only finding the really boring ones. And I want the corrupted one because... what does that do? I don't know. Or, you know, what do the other ones do? I don't know, and I want to find out. I wonder if how many there are. I'm assuming there's at least one per category. Okay. You know, an interesting way to make the catalyst system kind of work is rather than just giving you the catalyst that you then bring back with you. Okay, he's summoned a bunch of friends that are giving him just a shit ton of shields. And that's annoying. There it goes. Holy shit, this is so good. I didn't know the dudes he could summon could come with modifiers on them. But yeah, some of them are protectors. And yeah, neither of these are red. Some of them are protectors. Ooh. Well, okay, so we've got a corrupted catalyst now. We're going to keep going. I actually don't know if I like that one that much. 100% ultimate fill rate is really tempting. I don't know how I'd put that on, though. The cat? I mean, like, it's good on this guy, and we've already got... Oh, wait, holy shit. Actually, no, that's insane. Look at my ultimate fill rate. Like, I've been lazy about using my ultimate this entire time just because, but it's already, like, more than halfway filled. Pop that thing, you might actually be able to just, like, keep firing your ultimate constantly. think the only problem with this character is you can absolutely end up in a bad place as a result of it, because it fires you backwards when you fire it out. Well, that was an enemy. Yeah, we're getting so many catalysts. Strong catalyst, reload. I think we might already have that one. I have no idea. I wonder if the strong catalysts just replace. So, really the question is, like, how many catalysts are there? How many unique catalysts are there? And do the catalysts come in rarities? Because obviously the corrupted ones probably don't count. Where are we even going? Boss portal. Yeah, reduced reload duration, which I'm really curious about with this specific build. You know, could I get my reload duration down to nothing so this guy could just infinite chain gun? I think I'm going to have to do another run with him. Right, this is kind of moot until they become vulnerable. Then we can maybe do stuff to them. Please, sir, I would like you to take damage at some point. Yeah, so I don't think the shock to burn crit system is working. Either we're not critting as much, or do I have to hit him in the weak point? I don't know. Yeah, because every once in a while I get the burn stacks up. But it's not like 100% uptime, which I was hoping for. Okay, there's nobody else. Yep, nobody else. I don't think we've even noticed damage. Okay. So we got a duplicate. I think maybe the crit damage one. We'll have to see if that replaced the previous catalyst, the one that was 20 crit damage. Because if it does, oh man, that means you can do some really nutty things with your stats. Does mean it also is going to require just a ton of runs to get there. And maybe that's a bit of a downer. I don't know. I don't know. The fact that we're already on 42, 20 minutes into this video is nutty. We might skip 50. That would be very funny. I think if we manage to skip 50, we get the achievement and we just get out of it here. Because I want to give this another shot. Why did I pick up that egg? I want to see what I can do with this guy. Because yeah, I think we are getting the crit, but it's like unreliable. And I want to see if I can fix it. There's no fixing it on this build. I think I just want to get rid of those two perks because they're not actually working together. Like this is entirely just the catalyst carrying me and turning me into just like an insane monstrosity. Hey, I will say though, like this is doing this really delightful thing where I keep thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna like the Glick that much. They'll be okay. And then I play the Glick and I'm like, oh, how wrong I was. How did I have no clue how powerful this is going to end up being? And I mean, like, how was I supposed to know? How fast do I reload normally? Oh, barely any. Okay, I'm just going to stop hitting the reload button. Okay, so we've got that one, but I think... Okay, they're both green. So I don't need to worry about it. Oh, this is going amazingly well. Alright, how we doing? We're 43. We are 24 minutes into the video. Oh, right. This is a cleaning mission. Cleaning missions are easy, though. My character is a wrecking ball to goop. Alright, pop that open. To drop anything else? I have no idea. I do actually wish stuff like the, let's see. I do really wish stuff like the catalyst would actually leave behind a marker saying like, hey, doofus, don't Don't miss this one. Because I bet I've missed at least a couple of catalysts so far. Things that I've killed in the periphery and didn't notice. They are shiny, but, you know, just a little marker being like, hey, over here, this thing would actually be quite nice. Alright. Yeah, can you imagine this if I was able to stack more than just disintegration? Oh, bosses would be melting. Interestingly enough, my direct attacks are still doing damage. I was expecting it to just be a status effect kind of dealio. But no, it is more than that. Okay, that's a green. They're both green. Yeah. I wonder if it won't let me skip 50. Might not. That's okay. I mean, each of these levels takes almost no time whatsoever. I will have to maybe try one of these with like the Morphang or something. I guess the one thing that is carrying this extremely well, though, is I have the, I mean, I have the infinite shielding, so we don't need to worry about healing that much, but we also have the reload healing, which I don't think you can pull off super duper well on the Morphang. I don't even know if the Morphang has stamina. It's probably how long they can stay underground. If I had to guess. We're just waiting for the exit. We killing these guys. I don't know. Hard to tell. There we go. Anybody left here? Just you. Alright, and then it's just the infectious scab, which is not a problem. Now, the one thing to note with this character is they benefit from any of those perks that specifically do the whole unblock do thing. So that might actually be something I want to look into, because we are blocking a lot. Yeah, unfortunately he's got a healing field, so this is going to take a little while to burn through. Okay, there are the fire stacks. This is why I want to get a little bit more. But that's okay. Going to the healing. We're good. Did we get anything new? We were getting a bunch of catalysts. Status effect, damage multiplier. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Because I don't think we have a whole lot of those. Oh man. It's such a shame that the void mode is fun, but it's not like the deepest experience. There's not really anything I'm doing here. Wait, did some of them disappear? Huh. What happened? We definitely had more earlier. I hope that's just a visual bug. It would be really sad if some of them just like winked out of existence for unclear reasons. Okay, what was I going to say about anything? I mean, at least the ones that we want, I think, are still there. Though I didn't see the super fancy special one. And worst comes to worst, eventually just start hitting, just giving myself a ton of mutagen, the resources, whatever, and start haxing in. Okay, who is left? Is this little guy? Is this a little guy? And then I don't see who remains. Oh. Another one of the little dudes. There it is. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Easy to miss. Okay, who's left? You are. Yeah, I think I want to go for the flies that do poison to nearby enemies. Having that would actually be extremely helpful. Yeah, because there's a little guy somewhere running around that I cannot see. Oh, it's you. And having a having something that kind of auto shoots at them would be handy. There is also the one that periodically fires sparks at enemies. Like, I have a couple of options here as far as talents I can switch to, because I've got 2 slots that are currently not being used enough. They do proc occasionally, but not as much as you would have expected for a 60% chance to crit. Maybe it's not a 100% trigger rate. I don't know. Okay, so this is one of the guys with the resistance. Well, he's definitely tough. It still feels like we're kind of just murking him. I just have to be careful. But yeah, with the armor stacks that I've been layering, I pretty much don't take damage from things. Also, the fact that I'm getting like a free complete block every X number of seconds helps a ton. Okay, do we have a skip? No. Always got to double check. Okay, I mean, we've got the ultimatum. Like, whatever we're finding has been good so far. Let's see. Yeah, my goal would be to somehow add both fire and poison to this mix. I'm going to see if I can make it so that my, switching this guy to be... Or ice. Ice would also work. Making it so my, like, damage aura does fire would free up a talent slot. Though I don't actually know how much damage the aura around the Glick does. I guess I can find out. It's pretty weak, actually. But it is applying the... It's applying the fire. Yeah, so it applies plenty of status effects. It just doesn't do much damage, which, yeah, go figure, I've turned my damage off. Just want to kill these guys because they drop catalysts. There's like one option I haven't actually like really leaned into here is after you beat a level, you get a bunch of special enemies that start to spawn on you like constantly. Like those guys. And like you can farm them. I don't know how worthwhile it is. We're just getting a ton of catalysts. It's mostly noticeable here on the like time survival levels. But I do wonder if it is going to get so hairy that I can't survive anymore. I don't know. But like, look at all of these catalysts. We're so close to the end, it's kind of worth farming just in case I get really lucky. Because I'm not in any, like, mortal peril here. And so, like, it almost makes sense to farm. Because, yeah, every single time one of those guys shows up, we get a chance at a catalyst. I don't know if it's the best, though, is the one other thing to note. It seems like a lot of them are weak and or common. You can keep an eye out. Almost all of the special guys that drop the catalysts have, like, an aura around them. Well, do we think enough is enough? Have we found plenty? I think so. Let's get out of here. That certainly was a lot of them. Admittedly, a lot are dupes, which is not as fun. I guess maybe that's what happened. When we suddenly lost a bunch, it was that the duplicates were disappearing. But yeah, let's finish this run up and let's do another, because I mean, I could just leave this as like the world's shortest run because Glick is insane. Could do that. Oh, that was just me clearing goop. Whatever it makes the ba-ding ding ding. God damn it. Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, this guy doesn't have the verticality that some of the other characters do. Got great speed, though. Alright. Level 50 boss, this is going to be very funny. And then we'll get out of here, bank all of the catalysts I've picked up, because I've picked up a lot. And then we'll try this again, because I want to see this guy at his absolute best. And right now, this is like 90% there. Technically, this is 200% there, in terms of what the game needs. Damn. Oh, it's the big boss. It's the bad boy. The final boss, who I did not actually fight legitimately the last time. Come back, sir. Get out of the sky. I wish to fight you with my hose. Yeah, the problem is, despite everything, we're not actually getting him with the shock stacks. We only get him with the shock stacks if we're, like, physically close to him. Because I guess the crits don't travel. Or the crit shocks don't travel? I don't know, it's like, it's doable, but it's not practical. Well, I guess that's what the boss normally looks like when you don't one-shot him into oblivion. Another just, like, random boss? Oh, right. It was a 3-boss fight. I just didn't care about the other two. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't even know they were there. Oh my gosh. Wait, are you a mid-boss or are you just like a regular guy? I don't know. No, this is just a regular guy. This is just a tanky other guy. No, this might be a boss actually. What? Wait, is it just one of those that more bosses keep spawning endlessly here? Yeah, okay. No? Okay, so these guys were here, but because we killed the final boss, question mark, the portals opened up. Okay, wait, sick. Right as we beat it, we got a endurance runner. Speed and stamina. Oh. Okay, we're escaping. That was one hell of a run. Ah. Do I do another? Do I split? I don't know. That's the tricky part. No, I think we go long. Y'all voted that you wanted videos that were over an hour, and who am I to say no? Alright, I think this is about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. So we've got this guy. I've switched a lot of things around. So now he's wicked fast. He's got a really short fire rate, tons of stamina, but a very short reload speed. My entire goal here is to have this guy just spitting all of his ammo, or like all of his shots, and then just immediately triggering a fire blast. So one of the perks that the Glicks get access to is, oh god, this is such a cool color scheme for him too. I like the white, it looked nice, but the glow on this is so good. Okay, yeah, one of the perks that Glicks get access to that I hadn't picked up until now is when you run out of stamina, your character will do like a big burst of like fire projectiles. Now, obviously, at the moment, we're not running out of stamina because we were, let's see, got that? Perfect. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, when I run out of stamina, I do this big AoE burst. Seems like it might be kind of fun to play around with. Should be good at dealing with groups of enemies at the very least. Okay, get him with a lot of... Oh my god, he is just toast. And yeah, because I've got the static override... Ooh, is that a red? Damn. Rude. As I'm really looking for skips here, if I can get them. A skip, any skip, is going to do the trick. Let's see, what was I going to say about anything? I don't know. I just, considering this guy just hoses all of his stamina out like nobody's business. And admittedly, I did increase his stamina a little bit. The real trick on this one would be to actually give this guy less stamina. But, alas. Okay. And yeah, this way I can just act as, like, infinite machine gun without having to worry about, like, manually reloading ever. Let's see. We good? Yeah, this is a area secure. The one problem is... yeah, we get plenty of those little stamina droplets. Maybe? Ow. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think if I were to change anything, I would probably switch the speed boost as much as I like it. As much as I like the idea of being able to go fast. Having that extra stamina means we're spending... we're reloading slightly less often, but it's like slightly less, so maybe it's not a big deal. I don't know. Let me see. And unfortunately, a lot of these objectives are a little slow. This is something I was actually talking about. I guess have had a couple of runs where like I start and I'm like, oh no, this build isn't quite working. And rather than throwing myself into a run where I'm like just off the mark, I have to check the other side. Just in case there's a red. Kind of a waste of time to save a lot of time if we get lucky. No, we do not. One can hope. I really hope they add like an NPC that adds some level of progression to the Abyss itself. Specifically, I want something that makes it so that the Abyss progresses a little faster, but could also be harder. Namely, I'm thinking about like increasing the prevalence of skip gates early, or even to the point where you just start on level 10. 'Cause I love... and once we get up to levels like 20, 30, and especially like 40 and 50. And potentially I could actually like keep going just a little bit further if I wanted to. There we go. It doesn't do too much damage. I might want to also look into some more cooldown reduction so I can actually have this going. I think the one problem is I can't actually use my defensive move quite as much. Because I might be shooting too hard? Hard to tell. I guess I'll just give myself, like, the occasional break. And be fine. But yeah, the level that I want to be on the least are the easy levels. They're kind of too easy for me after a certain point. Oh, there's a skip. Perfect. Glad I did not go into that gate behind me. Okay, dive deeper. Oh, right, I should also be using my right click. Oh, this is perfect. Wait, is this? So I'm constantly taking damage. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, because we have the constant damage degradation, that triggers the block, which is a little unfortunate. It means that a pure block build is actually like in a really bad state in here, depending on like what you get. But for this character, who isn't particularly reliant on that block, I can just be mashing the block move over and over and over again for a super like armor and speed boost. We only skipped a couple of levels on that one. But like, look at me zoom, it's so good. This is why I wanted the speed, even if technically it hurts my whole stamina shenanigans. Yeah. So now I'm just like insanely fast at all times. We pretty much never run out of ammo. Let's see. I do want to open up some of these elemental rifts just because. That should be open. Perfect. And yeah, surprisingly... There we go. Gotta be careful with that. I mean, not that falling into the pit is particularly bad for me. There we go. Let's see. Artificial Annihilator. Yeah, look at this. I am just the speediest little lad. Unfortunately, I don't think I can give him poison because I don't think he touches the ground. But I can certainly give him a hell of a lot of... burn. Okay. And there's only one way out here. I almost kind of wish the skips would come as an alternative to the rest stops. But I guess this is a rest stop pre-boss, so of course they wouldn't want to do that. Alright, let's see how fast we melt the bosses. I don't necessarily need to make it to Abyss 50 on this one. It's certainly not going to take that much time, but we did already, like, do an Abyss 50 run with this guy. I don't think it's... It is both unnecessary and, you know, maybe something I should consider doing anyway. I mean, we certainly got a lot of catalysts from doing so. There's one. Holy shit, this does so much damage. Come back here, sir. Stop warping around. I wish to shoot you in the nodule? In the... Oh, what's the thing? It's a phrase for all the, like, little widgets and bobs that stick off of ships. Don't know. Don't remember off the top of my head, unfortunately. Yeah, first time I ever encountered that term was when we were talking about the model that they used for the Nostromo. Which, if you've ever seen it, the Nostromo is the ship from Alien, and back when Alien first came out, they didn't have CGI, so everything had to be done practically. And so, like, a lot of the ships that you would see in Star Wars and Star Trek and Alien were all handled with these, like, really in-depth sculptures that looked so damn cool. And every once in a while I see somebody, like, showing pictures of what the things looked like with the lights on, and it was just as impressive as in the movies. Mostly. I don't think I have a particularly close affinity of, like, the Starship Enterprise, so, like, that didn't impress me maybe as much. But, like, it's still impressive. Like, this is a big chunker. It's always kind of a shame. I don't know if they kept any of the, like, set work for Star Wars. Like, any or many of the models. I think that would have been the thing that I would have loved to see. In, like, a museum somewhere. And maybe it does exist. And I just have to, like, look into it. Because I would love to see what the surface of the Death Star looked like in person. Even to the point of, like, it being something that's, like, a faithful recreation of that, you know, those models from that time. I don't know if this is going to be, like, a hot take, but I kind of feel like movies were better pre-CGI in a lot of ways. I think CGI has become too much of a shortcut, and it makes things too easy. I say as a person specifically who only knows how to do digital artwork. Like, I know how to paint traditionally, but not that well. Whereas digital painting, yeah. Vectors, oh yeah. 3D, kinda. Someday I plan on working on 3D some more, but I need, the time and the runway to do so. And depending on how things go, maybe I'll get a lot more free time, much to my detriment. And who knows, maybe I'll get lucky and things will be okay. The YouTube algorithm shifted, like a couple weeks ago in such a way that, oh my god, this guy is just melting. Take him out, sir. You don't even need to care about them having shield stacks. They just freaking die. That's what I was going to say. Shift to the YouTube algorithm, and so like a number of videos on the main channel have not been doing well. And so that's one of those where it's just like, well, shit, what do I do? Luckily, Wonderpods has been doing quite well-ish. Get here, want to grab this. Still want to get another skip. And hopefully with Orb of Creation, things are going to continue to do well. It's one of those that, like, if I can just pick one series at a time to kind of focus on, that people actually like watching, we'll be in a good space. The main problem is when I run into a game that I think I'm going to like and I don't. That's always kind of tricky. I'm still kind of waffling here and there on how I want to finish Lumentale, if I even do. Because I was finding the story on that to be uncompelling. The story and the mechanics, I think it was one of those where it's like Monster Collection. Monster Collection is a genre that is full. It's not that you can't make a new one, not by any measure. I mean, this is a great example of how to make a Monster Collection game incredibly good. But it was one of those, like, Monster Collection games that does a lot of the same things as Pokemon and does it well. But what it doesn't do is anything new. You know, the only thing it added was, like, some gimmicks, like extra monsters to... Or, like, a group of monsters to use. Like, a team of 4 as opposed to a team of 2. And there's some merit in that, but there's, like, no teamwork abilities. There's, like, a small handful and that's it. And it was just kind of unsatisfying. Whereas this is how you do a Monster Collection game nowadays. You find something, admittedly, that Pokemon does not do. And you really lean into it, and you lean into it hard. And unfortunately, we don't do that much damage in a... let's see. We don't do that much damage over time here. But what damage we do, we do a lot of it. Oh, I think I might have missed something, unless that was a random enemy attack. Oh well. Alright, this is another area secure one. There we go. Everything is good. Yeah, so I can also poison things. I just forget to do so often. Slash, like, can't. Against any enemy that is currently shooting, or any enemy that is currently in the air. As it just does not work against them. But it works against these guys. I don't know how much damage it does. One other thing I would love to see in this is actually a direct, like a DPS chart would be huge. Because yeah, having something that specifically gives me let's see, anything that gives me like I mean, list of just how much damage all of my abilities are doing. You know, is it the disintegration? Is it the burn? Is it the damage over time? Is it the direct damage? I have no way of knowing. I kind of have to vibe it out. It's tricky. It's not bad. This is just tricky. Oops. Well, it's okay. I don't use my ult enough anyway, and I should do so more. Considering it cools down in like no time flat. I think the main thing is I just don't need it. Alright. There we go. I'm just gonna kind of mulch my way through everything. What do I even want to talk about? It's one of those where it's like, admittedly after a X number of episode series, there is kind of that feeling of running out of things to be like excited for. I'm loving this guy though. I guess I was kind of talking about like how to do a Monster Collection game well. I think this is actually something that I contend with a lot of games, not just Monster Collection games, but that build crafting is everything nowadays. It's not, but it's like a huge reason why, say, Path of Exile, for example, is as popular as it is. its fan base still hates it for the balance issues, probably. But it's one of those where so many games have such like linear, boring progression systems. You level up, you gain a little bit more damage, that's it. And there's like nothing exciting about it. It's boring as hell. Yep, I can get him poisoned too. I'm not even burning him. His is just melting. Get wrecked, sir. Okay, just Healy Vault. Guess I'll go back. We might as well grab these. I'm certainly not in any danger whatsoever. And so the big thing that this game does just so damn well is letting you mix and match build options. Admittedly, I do have my complaints about like how the build balance goes, mostly owing to the fact that there are some perks that are just like infinitely better than others. Namely, anything that works off of kill actually kind of sucks. The biggest slowdown in this game is, I mean, just time, mostly. And I know killing enemies just a little bit faster helps, but not really. You know, if you notice, none of these missions have a kill X. No, never mind. The wave-based ones are kill X, but those are also the easiest ones by far. And so, like, killing regular enemies faster really doesn't make much of a difference here. It's much more of a, like, just making sure you're hitting them to take them out, and most enemies just fold in, like, no time flat. It's really the bosses and the, like, single encounter enemies. I did get that one, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit to break those. We're good? I think so. Alright, get over here. I think the cleansing ones are my favorite. They go the fastest. Okay, good. It's a ground lad. Hello, ground lad. Alright, give him everything. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem like my ult does a status effect here. At least not traditionally. It just doesn't need to. Oh, boy, this sucker is so freaking strong. I'll have to try this, go for like a melee build that uses a bunch of the auras at some point. Because I haven't leaned too hard into that. And I feel like that could be quite good. Okay. God damn it, they're both flyers. Rude. On the flip side, oh, if they both hang out next to each other, we're in a good spot. This could hurt if it gets that much more, like, dangerous. I might have to be careful about those guys. Just in case they decide to get super, well, I don't know, melty. Okay, Enforce vitality. Yeah, sometimes it absolutely rains catalysts, other times it's like a complete stinker. It's fascinating. Oh, good, skip. My ideal is that we fight every boss, but then immediately get a skip afterwards. Like, I think that would be the best. Please put me at 31, or I'll take like 28. Immediately throws me into the boss fight. Sick. That's even better. I like how this run is going. It's not the most lucrative, but again, I don't need catalysts that bad. I have plenty of them to make a really good build, and also most of the like really good build aspects come from my special mutagens as opposed to, you know, what the catalysts are getting for me. But I should just be mashing shift here. I'm actually not blocking anything here. Interesting. I wonder if this is actually one of the few levels that's not hitting me with the constant degradation damage. I'm feeling slow. Wow, that was convenient. Boss fight, straight to a rest zone, straight to a skip, straight to a boss fight. Sup, nerds? I also really like the fact that this build, I would have done it anyway, but I'm really glad that this build works off of the, oh, we got... Holy shit, that was half of his health just from the ult. And it does actually apply status effects to him. Alright. They're just dying. I am sorry. Oh, baby, you have no idea how happy I am to see these. Drop me right in front of the boss, please. Close enough. Yeah, we're not going to get a whole lot of catalysts here, but that doesn't mean that I can't. So, if you notice, this guy is a floating fighter and it has like a bunch of extra effects, and dropped a potent catalyst. We don't need a potent catalyst, but the point is that once you get up into the 40s and 50s, you start running into a lot more of these like special mutated enemies that have, oh, I forgot to pop the thing, it's fine, that are way more likely to drop catalysts. There it is. Grab that. Here's another one. And so what I can do, if I want to get potentially farm catalysts, I think I'm going to do this somewhere around level like 44 or something, is actually, rather than leaving the portal, just sitting there fighting enemies for a little bit. It'll give me that much more stuff. As it feels like the spawns get really aggressive after the portals come out as kind of like a means of chasing you out. Or in my case, giving me the goods. What? My ult? Oh. Huh. I didn't fire my ult off, but it ran out of charge. God damn, this melts bosses. Ah, weak catalyst. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a difference between what bosses drop and what regular enemies do. I think it's just a drop pool and nothing more. And I'm actually going to try and grab some eggs because I'm still trying to pick up every perk, because when you run out of stamina, fire a bunch of like fire projectiles perk was like a Glick perk that I'd originally passed on because I didn't think it would be very good. And now that I've actually given it a chance, well, it's okay, I'll be fine. Dude's got a little bit of a problem with verticality. But yeah, there's still a couple of critters that I still haven't seen the like full extent of what they can evolve into. And so I should be going out of my way for this. Yeah, I can cleanse that, but I don't know if there's really much of a reason to. Egg. 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 No. There we go. Got a woodpecker that, for whatever reason, likes to peck at her apartment. If I had a house, I think I'd be concerned about it, but because I have an apartment, it doesn't matter to me. I think I mentioned this a couple of videos ago, how, you know, I like to joke that the only thing birds are saying is just yelling egg at each other over and over and over again. But it's even funnier with woodpeckers because they're egging out in Morse code or bird code, question mark? I don't know. But I should actually be aiming for the face on this guy. I don't know if it makes a dang difference, though. Oh, there he goes. There, get him with the poison. I don't necessarily know if the poison is a necessary aspect to doing damage to him. Because once again, I have no idea what does the most amount of damage to him, period. But still, safe zone. No skip. Well, we're getting some catalysts, just not as many as I'm looking for. Fine, no skip. Big sad. Maybe we'll get another one. Maybe. I guess the cheap ones we'd found must have been common, but that's okay. And like I said, we might just get to a point where I actually just give myself a bunch of the catalysts rather than farming for them some more, just to see like what toys I can play with. Because I do think we are hitting the point where I think I'm probably only going to do a couple more runs of this. Maybe? I don't know. It really depends. Like, I know there's still a lot of enthusiasm for this game. I just, only so many builds that I'm like super stoked to play. And also could conserve my enthusiasm for either a sequel or expansion stuff, because I sincerely hope they do actually do some DLC for this game. Because I think this would be a prime target for adding a bunch of extra content to. The problem is, a bunch of extra content might actually just be better on a sequel. I'd still go back to the comment that somebody had left on this one about how I'm not going to play it because there's cut content and, you know, that feels bad and I don't want to support that practice. And it's like, one, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is, like, if you've ever made anything, cut content is like natural. I make tabletop RPGs for fun on the side that eventually I'm planning on bringing to YouTube, but like half of my adventures get cut. Like if you want to get mad about cut content, you cannot enjoy any kind of media. There are so many movies and TV shows where like they filmed just gazillions of extra scenes that you will never ever see unless the developer puts out like a extended cut or a director's cut or something. And even then, a lot of those aren't necessarily even the full story. So like, oh, what was it? Zack Snyder had something. I forget what it was called. Whatever his like kind of opus magnum series on Netflix is. Rogue Moon or something like that, which I think I get mixed up with Rogue One. But apparently, like, each of his movies, or has there only been one so far? I truly don't know. But, like, I know at least the first movie was supposed to be, like, 5 or 6 hours long, just like the Snyder cut of the Justice League. Which, you know, does kind of come off as a little goofy, because you could probably be a little bit more efficient than that. But on the flip side, like, sometimes there are just story beats that you might want to include, and you won't know until you've, like, made them. I think it's more of an issue with, like, filming and production work, just because, boy, losing half of a movie's worth of scenes, or having to cut half a movie's worth of scenes, does kind of mess with your ability to have, like, a consistent narrative, complete narrative. My God. We just utterly destroy things. It is so good. But yeah, the cut content that this game had, which are probably various monsters that I think are getting added in as DLC, you know, they probably just weren't ready for launch. But the fact that I've had to play for 5 or 6 extra videos beyond the campaign, just to try out all of the different creatures and like really figure out how to make them tick. And this is like just a small subset of all the things that you can do in this game. It's like there's all sorts of primary attacks and secondary attacks and combos that you can do that I'm not going to showcase here. That somebody else could play this game in such a completely different manner. And that is how to do a monster collection game, but then also is why I don't begrudge the content in the slightest, because if there were twice as many monsters, I think I would actually be uncomfortable. That I'd much rather them hold that for a sequel, a DLC, an expansion that brings me back, a full bullet heaven conversion for this game. Like, the sky is the limit. They could do anything with this, and I would play the hell out of it. Wait just a little bit more. We'll wait till past 50. That's probably, I have no idea what affects the rarities here. But I'm assuming the further you go, the higher the rarity of what you get. Alright, I'm collecting eggs. I have to remind myself. Because I don't actually want eggs. Because I certainly don't need them. Okay, almost a little bit more. Yeah, this speed. These are some short-ass runs. And yeah, I will go out of my way to specifically try and kill these guys, because they are the ones that drop the catalyst. They don't always drop a good catalyst. I'm going to have to take a break after this, though. This is hard on my fingers. Namely, most of my fingers are fine, no matter the circumstances. Well, okay, maybe not no matter the circumstances, but, you know, they can do a lot of repetitive clicking. Index finger does get a little tired. Wrist hurts. But my pinky is the, like, real sensitive sucker. That thing does not like mashing buttons at all. Go figure. I mean, it is the smallest and weakest of the fingers. Okay. Get over here. God, that's such a cool dash. I thought I was going to be kind of bleh on the Glick. And I am happy. I'm so happy that my little lizard son is just like the most dangerous boy. I thought the bear was going to be like one of the best, or the Queepack was. I think the Queepack still lands in there. But, God, this guy is nutty. Right, I should get close. He's got a protector near him. And I don't like that. One of these guys. Okay, protector is dead. All that's left is just mulching the boss. There he goes. God, he dies fast. Okay, do we get everything else? I think we're good. I think we're good. Grab the eggs. Like, I don't know how much any of this matters. Oh. There's a skip? I've never skipped wave 50. Well, whatever happens, happens. I think... Is this going to drop me straight in the boss fight? No, straight to 53. I wonder what that does. Well, we've already beaten wave 50 on this guy, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. So I can kind of end this whenever. I think on a personal level, I'd like to find one of the levels where I can potentially farm some of the catalysts, but even then, I don't know if I need to farm catalysts. We've gotten a bunch of them. We just haven't gotten any of the really interesting ones. Huh. It's not... I must have killed an enemy back there somehow. Let's see. I mean, I guess mostly just mulch all of these guys. Yeah, like I said, the drop rates are better here. Let's see. I do wonder if the triple burn is worth it, or if I should actually just go for something that does more quantity of damage rather than caliber. No, I don't know. Hard to say. Oh, you're a big chunker. Up the lung. And, ooh, enhanced cooling. Ooh, we might already have that one, actually. Is the one downer. Yeah, no, this is not the mission for farming. It's close. But the spawn rates here are still kind of tame. It's the mission, there's the specific mission that has like the, you know, countdown, just survive for a minute or whatever. That's the one that we want to get to if we want to farm for catalysts. However, I do feel like this video has been going on for quite a while. No, it is a duplicate. Damn. Yeah, it's like, do I keep going for that one satisfying run, or do we end it because this video has gone on long enough? Tricky to say. I think for now, I think this will be the end of it here. give myself a bit of a break. We don't need catalysts badly, and I can always just give myself infinite resources to get all of the catalysts I could possibly want anyway. So, I'm having a great time. I'm so glad I went back for a second run of the Glick. I don't actually feel like I needed to. I think just finding out that the Glick is the most absurd monster I've found so far is heartening. And it makes me really look forward to trying the bug and the weird tentacle creature again. I don't know if they're going to be better. In fact, I kind of doubt it, but you never know. And that's kind of part of the fun, is trying them. Worst comes to worst, we have one more run, and then it's just kind of like, eh. And then I figure out what else to play in the meantime. Because I know a number of people have been asking me if I'm going to play Bistro. I know I want to play Orb of Creation. I know Grim Dawn is getting another big DLC in like a couple weeks. I got a lot of options to play next, and I don't quite know what I want to play. Damn, I burned through this quick. Right, I should be mashing shift because we want to keep our stacks up, and he's vulnerable. Sir, please die. Where'd they go? Come back here. I want to set you on fire. This guy's shield ability is just so absurdly strong. I was not expecting it to keep me so hale and hearty. There is a possibility that I could have actually gotten through this without a healing healing ability, but I don't know. Status multiplier. Ooh, purple status multiplier. That's actually really good. Yeah, +2. Ooh, yeah. But I think I'm going to escape. As much as I'd like to farm for more of those, we will do that at some point when my fingers are not hurting and I haven't already done a run. All right. So what am I going to do? I guess I've got a couple of eggs maybe to go hatch, and then we can mess with things, but I think I will do that off camera between episodes. Oh, I guess I don't have eggs. Oh, well, it's fine. I think all of my creatures are ready to go because these guys are maxed and these guys are maxed. I think, yeah, perfect. So we've got 2 more creatures to roll, and I'm having a good time.